What is going on, guys? Welcome back to another This Week in Valorant. I'm Tdawgg. Today we have episode 9. It's pretty crazy. We've been doing this for 2 months. I'm not gonna lie. I'm pretty proud of myself, and I hope that you guys have been enjoying the the weekly kind of like news or like update content. Today I got a lot for you. I'm excited. Let's get right into it. First things first. VCT. Now I think that everybody is. How do I say this? A lot of these results were expected. Two things that kind of threw me for a loop were Cloud9 and NRG. NRG came out of the gate really strong. They brought in Ethan. They looked really good. And then they kind of crumbled and fell apart. I had high hopes for TSM, but they had a lot of close games that they just didn't close out. A lot of minor mistakes. At the end of the day, their roster is a little newer. I think that they are fully eliminated now. Or is NRG fully eliminated? I don't remember. I think the guard needs to win. And the guard plays NRG. Oh wow. Okay. So that's a huge game. So the guard plays NRG and that's Tdawgg, because this is the last week. And then it's all gonna be set. My biggest thing, Evil Geniuses 3-1, taking down Optic. I mean, what an insane game. How can you not root for Evil Geniuses, bro? Like the run that they've had and the work that they've put in, it's showing. I love to fucking see that. I love to see it. LG got a big win last week. I'm pretty sure that they're in no matter what. Love to see that. Shout out all my LG boys. Best free agent team in the world. Don't play. FaZe is hanging on. I don't know if Cloud9 can get in anymore. Cloud9 has to play Sentinels. Who does FaZe have to play? EG. So that might come down to they're both gonna if Cloud9 wins and FaZe loses, they're both gonna drop 2-3, and then it'll come down to round differential, I believe. So FaZe Clan has to get whooped pretty hard to lose this, and then Cloud9 has to get a good win. Sentinel's obviously out. I'm not gonna sit here and say that I like predicted that because I didn't really do any predictions because of how hard it was. I just kind of wanted to see it play out, but it sucks seeing Sentinels 0-4 with one map win. I guess something that I could go over is what does Sentinels need to fix? A lot of things. I think that the tactical depth is very shallow, and I think that they need to change that. They run super simple, basic vanilla comps from 2 years ago with a little added flair of KO or Sky mixed in. I don't know who, but somebody on that team getting paid $30,000 a month needs to know how to fucking play Raze and Brim. I don't know who, just figure it out. I don't know if the IGLing needs to switch up, the coaching needs to switch up, the roles need to switch up. I don't know if somebody needs to go, somebody needs to stay, but I hope they do find their footing. But yeah, this VCT has been so entertaining. I have watched every single match so far, so it's definitely been a big learning experience for someone who's sitting on the sidelines, wanting to play in this one day. And I will, don't trip. But for now, here are our standings, and again, our matches today. We have XAT versus TSM, so that's kind of like I think that is another big match where TSM can go 2-3. So that's like a do or die, I believe, because their round differential isn't that bad, even though they're the bottom. Their round differential isn't that bad, but I'm not sure if map differential means more than round. And by the looks of this chart, it actually does, right? Because the guard have 4 maps and they have 2. So we'll see how that works. Going forward, we did have a Chicago LAN last week. Zero Marksman Black came on top over Native Gaming, which is a new roster. If you guys don't know them, you're going to see some familiar names like Cutler from TSM, Houston, Bears, Whitmer, and Adrenaline. And they got a nice support staff here. I know a couple of these guys. They recently got signed and announced. I think that team's pretty good. They definitely have a lot of work to do. They've been doing a lot of work. I'd like to say that. But again, there aren't the most like prestigious tournaments to play in right now, and what I mean by that is the competition is a little not necessarily subpar, but you're not really playing to beat anyone. Do you understand? You're playing to win. That's kind of like how the tournaments have been recently. There's been some, there's been some pretty deep runs in these tournaments as well. But with that, we have our Oxygen Academy probably competing for, the best academy team right now. They consistently place at LAN. They consistently place online. They're always playing in events. I think Cloud9 Academy is very good. They've been a little shaky lately, but that happens. You can't always just be on a win streak. I really wanted to go to this LAN, but it just didn't it didn't line up. I had some stuff I had to deal with. Whatever. I am hoping to go to the next like big LAN, whatever one that's gonna be. So like Chicago was a big LAN just because it's very close to a lot of things, right? I'm not gonna be going to a LAN in like Missouri, unfortunately, where there's there's gonna be like 30 people there. That's kind of like my next goal is to go and meet everybody or whatever. But yeah, here are your top 4 teams. Wet Rats is like the Girl Kissers squad, I believe, like mixed in. If you know what that team is. Oops, I'm trolling. It was Critical. Yeah, okay. Oh, never mind. So yeah, so Retro and Okeanos were on a team together, and then they got ZK, Critical, and Gucci to come play. But yeah, that was that LAN. I don't know what the next one is. I believe there's one going on actually this weekend. I'm not sure where though. Another thing I wanted to cover is Team Liquid benching Link. I always thought that Link was a really solid, like just like a good head on a set of shoulders type guy. Um, I haven't paid the biggest amount of attention to this team in particular, but they're moving him to a sub role, and I don't really know if they're looking for more firepower or it's more of an internal issue. But yeah, Liquid is 2-1, so I believe that they are set to still qual. But what I'm wondering is, will a swap like this affect the chemistry in a way to where, it is a benefit? Because when you just bring somebody in like that, like the dust has to like settle. You know what I mean? They gotta learn stuff. They gotta get used to stuff. I'm sure that this guy, I'm sure that Dreamhouse will catch on, right? And I'm sure that he'll do fine. But I just see it as the way as like I just see it how the last TSM roster was and 100 Thieves when I made those videos. You can't just like bring people in to like that's not like a thing. You can't like bring someone in halfway through a tournament and like have expectations. I fully believe that again, unless it was like some sort of internal issue that we don't know about, that Link should be playing throughout the group stage. And if it's really like that damning, that pressing, then you can bring this guy in. But I guess they're just bringing him in to get some reps, so I do understand. But I'm definitely a Liquid fan, and I always want to see them do good, especially with Scream. I think it's so dope that Scream gets to play with his brother as well. So I hope that that team situation works out. Now, getting into something that kind of was blown out of proportion last week is a guy named CarbynVAL quote retweeting a tweet from Frosty Valorant on his private account saying die. So I didn't weigh in on this or anything, but I do agree with external here. Like, is this like really what you're doing with your time? like is this really what you do with your time? You just sit on your phone at like 4 a.m. on a private account where no one can see what you say, and you just say awful things. It's like there's no place for that, man. Like I've always preached to make every day count. I can guarantee you, if I go to Twitter right now and I type in CarbynVAL, it's going to say free agent looking for team pro player 4. Carbyn Val. Here he is. Okay, so he doesn't have any of that. I messed up, but so he tweets this to the people leaking my private. I meant every word I said. Nice. So does this guy have an LFT post or? Okay, never mind. But what I'm getting at is like, there's no point to do this type of stuff. Again, man, if you have some private Discord with like a couple of your really close friends and you really want someone to die and you need to get it off your chest, just I guess you say it there, bro. If it affects you that much, stop worrying about what other people are doing. Stop getting entangled in business that like doesn't affect you whatsoever or involve you at all. It's better if you just focus on yourself. It's healthier, and you'll enjoy life more. I can assure you that. But I know that all these fucking people have like Twitters. When I went to high school a couple years ago, it was Finstas. Finsta. Okay. Finsta. That's how you spelled it. Fake Insta. And everybody that's what it was. It was like you'd add your little friends to it, your close friends, you put it on follower only, and you just shit post, So, now it's private Twitter accounts. And again, like, do I understand it? Yes, I technically do understand it. Is it worthwhile? No, not at all. It's stupid. You're just going to get in trouble. People are going to do this, screenshot it and send it to people. And then this happens, right? So again, just shut the fuck up. Stop being weird. Next thing I wanted to get into here is
look at the map.
So I believe that okay, so the backstory behind this is Momiji was either filling or pugging with this team. With Chance, who else is on this team? Chaotic, Instinct. They were pugging this tournament and they just got the shit beat out of them by Virtuoso, so they're probably pretty tilted already. I guess Momiji's tone, attitude, and like the way that he was talking was demeaning, and Chance was tired of it, so basically he told him to shut the fuck up. So I'm gonna play the clip.
Look at the map, look where your teammates are, and play accordingly.
So the guy who just said play accordingly, that's Momiji.
You gotta be aware of what's around you. Just look at your map.
You're a fucking loser.
Yeah, okay.
Alright.
If you don't want to listen and just try to get better at the game, then just say so.
No one likes you on his team.
Just getting
I want you to know that. You'll never be on a team because no one ever likes you.
Yeah, bro. You just refuse to try to play the game the right way. What are you talking about? You're
Really,
literally sitting here in the middle of a tournament and blaming your teammates for not shooting your dart, and there's nobody on your side, dude.
Fucking stupid. You're saying I'm the one who blames my team and not you, right?
Crazy, bro. I'm giving you actual fucking reasons and actual things to win the game.
You're everywhere.
Hey,
No
bro,
one likes you.
all good, bro.
No one likes you.
Y'all can have fun, bro. I'm just done.
Good.
I'm not gonna play
No one
with
likes
that, dude. You guys get.
So he ends up completely disconnecting and leaving the match. We don't have the other map. We don't have the VOD of this game. So all we can really do is make an educated guess of what's going on. I think that tweeting this is really dumb, especially the way that it was worded. You're almost like playing the victim. You know what I mean? Like, if you're gonna expose these people for like whatever they're doing, like do it like accordingly. Don't just like tweet this for like impressions. Chance says, weirdo who blames his teammates every round. Every fucking round. Why did you do that? Why did you do that? Literally anyone on the team who can vouch for that. Cool person who tells people's fathers to die of cancer and happy 1 year anniversary to their dead sister. Check yourself. So I don't think I covered that in a past video, but Momiji was recently tweeted about like one of these tweets. I've made a couple of them in my time. Just like Metro, Tdawgg, #IGL. and then you just tweet that. And that usually means that someone just like threw your ranked game or like you should dodge that person. So someone tweeted that about him, and another guy replied saying, "Yeah, that guy's a piece of shit. He said happy anniversary to the 1 year anniversary of my sister killing herself." So again, I don't know what Momiji's goal of this is, but I really just don't understand why you're going to play the victim when you do, you know, when you do those things on the side, right? I guess I want to also add that everyone isn't what they seem they are online. I'm sure that you guys can remember a situation of someone named Missed Me. She was a Valorant streamer, and she was constantly canceling people and calling people out. And then all the while, she had a private Minecraft server where she had upside down crosses burning. She had sheep dyed black, and she would hang them from trees by a lead. And she had signs that said the N word with the hard R. So again, like when you're online, people's opinions don't matter. They're not a lawyer, they're not a judge, they're not a jury. Always remember that and just like keep that in the back of your head. It's just like it's just crazy to see like what happens every day on this fucking website, bro. No bullshit. Moving past this, I want to take a second to shout out our Lord and Savior, Mocking Valorant. Mocking's team Lenny Time has been on a fucking heater. Let me show you guys real quick. They have been on a heater. Okay, they have been on a heater. They have won 3 tournaments in a row. It's really impressive. They have remade their roster with a couple people that I don't really recognize. Spaz, Swayze. I know who Teague is. I know who Bones is, but I didn't know who these guys were. That are maybe I did, but I just didn't remember. But I mean, this is really impressive having 2 players with. I'm sure they don't have that much experience, right? Less than 100 maps. This guy's got a little more than 100, but yeah, like people that aren't like the most experienced players in the world, being able to do that. I think that's what like the beauty of like tier 3 and tier 2 Valorant is like if you get the right bunch of guys together, you can really accomplish anything. This kid is 15, by the way. This kid is 15 years old, by the way. 15 years old. When I was 15 years old, I was playing Counter-Strike on a laptop, and me and my friends would play Dust 2. And when you play Dust 2, there's a part of the map. It's right here. Okay? It's right here. You use a smoke. You use a smoke to cross to the bomb site when you go up long. You smoke here. I couldn't defend long because there would be a smoke here, and I couldn't go in the smoke to flash out or peek because it wouldn't my computer wouldn't load. So this kid is putting up 81 kills in a best of 3. 15 first bloods, 188 yards, 15 years old. It's crazy to think about, man. It's crazy to think about how many people are on the come up and they can't even play in like the big events. So shout out Bones. Shout out Lenny Time. Keep doing your fucking thing. Stick to the fundamentals. Don't switch up what you're doing because it's working really fucking well. Again, this is kind of the streak that they're on right now. They got all the way to rank number 21 NA. And they're beating really good teams, by the way. This isn't like, some like free agent team fest. Teal Seam, Gen G, Sonics, NYFU, Sonics, Basilisk. Like, they're beating solid ass teams. Now, something I do want to reference, this is a tweet archive website where you could find deleted tweets. One of my friends showed me this. Mocking tweets GG21 Rekaroo actually baffles me how someone has so much motivation yet they are so fucking shit. Please uninstall the game at Scrounge. You will never make it no matter how hard you try. Keep playing for stats and improving. So at the same time, with Lenny Time being on such a heater and doing so well, Mocking kind of has to bite his tongue, and he's kind of have to sit up in his chair, and he's gonna have to put his like big boy pants on, and he's gonna have to act professional. I've always said if you want to be a professional, you got to act like it, because that's a big portion of things that people are missing. A professional player isn't just sitting here playing the game. You know, you act a certain way. You bite your tongue in certain situations. Obviously, your vocabulary and the way that you talk to others is different from just a random person online, you know? So I think that Mocking does need to kind of like tone it down when it comes to this. He did delete the tweet, but at the same time, it got like 1,000 likes and it was up for hours. So, you know, it's not like people haven't seen it. Even if someone is playing for stats, it's like, again, bro, if you want to tweet it, like I guess you can, but it's like, what's the point, bro? Like you already won. You know what I mean? Like you already won. It like if you really need to tweet it, I guess I understand, but don't tweet it in this way, bro. You know what I mean? Like I think this is like a little too much. But again, bro, like you gotta think smart. And another thing that I want to reference right now, not mocking, but I saw plenty of pictures, okay, of the Chicagoland last weekend of a bunch of you fucking idiots drinking twisted teas and white claws and saying that you're drunk on the timeline. I click on your bio and you're not even legal to drink. You're not even 21. What are you doing? Are you stupid? Are you stupid? Bro, listen. When I played sports in high school, well, I didn't really. That's when I stopped. But when my friends played sports in high school, bro, like there were scouts. There were things that you had to uphold. There were drug tests, okay? You can't be fucking around. It's the same exact thing as this, bro. What is going to happen when an org sees an 18-year-old with a twisted tea in his fucking hand on Twitter? What is going to happen when they see a 19-year-old sending him out a bunch of drunk tweets, deleting them, and then saying LMAO in a tweet? And then everybody's like, "What are you laughing about? What's funny?" And you admit that you're drunk, that you were drunk last night, bro. Obviously, it's not the biggest deal in the world. I'm not trying to act like I'm the feds or something here, but it's like, just think about the things before you do them, bro. Like, if you really want to show off that you were drunk, make a fucking private Snapchat, bro. If it really means that much what everyone else thinks, please do that. You understand? Like, hold yourself accountable, man. Like, act like you fucking care. Obviously, I want you to care, but at least act like you fucking care. It's fucking cringe, man. Another thing I want to talk about here is
Really low quality game because
we talked about it last week, but Mrfunhaver here has made a Valorant 10-man system. It's evolving rapidly, and there are a lot of people joining and playing. I've really enjoyed the games that I've gotten into, and I think that it's a good system. Now, apparently, again, this is not necessarily out of context, but we don't have the entire VOD to watch. This is a clip from the Tedmans where Mrfunhaver is saying that a person by the name of Enzo is not playing properly or not playing to a certain competitive standard. And I guess that Enzo kind of like talks back to him. Mrfunhaver kind of like doesn't like that. And, he ends up getting kicked from the server apparently. So
insane
let's
amount
watch
of
this real quick.
solo play shit that was going on.
Huh?
There
I don't
was
think so.
there was a ton of just solo peeking and fighting for no reason.
Explain.
That sounds fun.
Well,
Because
typically
on
we are
our
playing
side,
like a
it was
coordinated comp with 5 random people. So
yeah. For us, it was
do
everything
deal
was coordinated and planned for the most part.
I mean, I solo
Other
swing from
than
chamber, dog.
that B hit.
I don't know. It's like you guys coordinate util, but you don't coordinate anything else, and it's like you just swing randomly. So
I mean, do you want us to stay back, not take space?
no, I want you to stop lurking in your spawn for 45 seconds on attack side.
I mean, it works, right?
No, it doesn't.
So
We
talk
won?
to both sentinels about
Okay,
that.
Enzo, you're a fucking.
What's going
Out of
on,
my server.
guys? Hey guys,
Some hostility, bro.
what's the problem, guys? Let's settle the problem.
So again, like we don't have the full VOD. I don't know what happened in the game, but apparently Enzo was holding the flank in T-spawn like every round, and the rest of the team like wasn't playing properly. Like it was too like puggy, it was too messy. And then I guess Enzo was arguing it, and I guess he got kicked from the server. I'm not sure if his teammates got kicked as well, who like joined in on it, but definitely not a good move by Scroll to like take this to Twitter. Again, like I understand the last things that we have gone over with the mocking tweet and, you know, the drunk kids from the fucking Chicagoland, like you got to understand that I know that they're 15, 16, 17, 18 years old. You know what I mean? I know that they're young. I know that, you know, not every single thought is going through their head. Again, with this, I'm just trying to give some advice, bro. Like, the drunk thing, I am shaming. But the tweets, I'm not really shaming. You know what I mean? I'm just trying to give advice for, you know, the people who are watching this or, you know, whatever the case may be, bro. I'm just trying to help. I'm just trying to help people out. So again, Scroll is 16 years old, bro. Like, he's a fucking sophomore in high school. Like, of course I understand why he's gonna tweet this. But again, bro, it's like there's no reason to like pick sides and like, you know, divide something up and, you know, start a fight that doesn't need to be started, you know? It's like if you really want to make this, make it more in depth, bro. Like you got to go into the VOD, you got to trim it up, you know what I mean? Like it can't just be an out of context clip on Twitter that you use to farm impressions. So, you know, Mrfunhaver here says, holding flank, okay, yeah, that's why he got kicked. Instead of, you know, coming to me personally, post it on Twitter, make it a thing, that will do well. Good idea. So it's like, you know, exactly what happened. You know, he wants to avoid that, obviously. You know, it's not like he doesn't want to start any drama. He's not that type of guy. But something that I do like with Funhaver is he has a no bullshit attitude. And that is missing in a lot of 10-man servers. And I wish it was pushed more. I wish that ideology was pushed more. If you're fucking around and trolling like a fucking idiot, you're getting fucking kicked. You're getting banned. Like that is the level of play. That's the level of severity I want to see in that 10-man fucking server. I'm not gonna lie, man. The floodgates have opened on that motherfucker. If you're in that server and you look at the join thing, there are some people who should not be in there. Okay? Not even close. I can't even believe the people I am seeing getting invited. One of the rules states that you should be playing the 10-mans harder than you play in scrims. And I can tell you, some of these motherfuckers are laid back in their chairs with their feet on their keyboard, farting into the mic, bro. Like, no bullshit. Motherfuckers are walk pushing in man advantage, taking 50-50 gamble plays, wide swinging garage in the first 2 seconds of the fucking round. It's like, man, why the fuck are you playing? You know what I mean? Like, just go play ranked, bro. But shout out Funhaver, shout out the tens. There haven't really been any problems other than this so far that I've seen. And again, this is not really a problem, it's just kind of like a drama thing. I don't know if that person has been reinvited or what the case is, but Funhaver made a statement, I think, saying that yeah, kind of tired of this shit, man. Give. What's returned? More people taking and taking. So I understand that. But that's all I got for you guys for this week in Valorant, episode 9. It's a pretty loaded week, but I'll see you guys next one. Week 10 should be a banger. It'll be VCT wrap up, and then the main event will start. But I appreciate you guys tuning in. Thank you so much for watching. Hope you have a good one. Tdawgg out. Deuces.